Rashad, Richey, and friends. Friends are Nicole English and conservative Republican Mitchell Shelby.
Rashad, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. How you doing? Nicole, how you doing?
Good. I'm good.
I'm tired. So you got your sticker on. Man, my sticker kept falling off.
Okay, let's talk about the stickers.
The stickers
Okay?
are awesome.
Damn it, I'm upset. You know what?
What's wrong? What's wrong with the stickers?
Because I don't feel. We need quality stickers that adhere to the clothing and last all
You don't want
day.
stickers that are tough to peel off.
They need a little bit more adhesive, and I'm upset about
I don't want
they
that.
Fall everywhere.
No,
It's called
Nicole, I
glue.
wear good suits, Nicole. I don't need that.
It's called what?
Glue. You better get you some glue or some tape.
Adhesive.
As much tape as we carry to hold these signs up here, you better get you some
better
tape.
get you
I
some.
can't stand you.
It's election day.
Election day?
It is. Now, we say election day, but really it's not election day. Last week was election day. Week before that was election day. This is actually the last day to vote. That's what this is. Because of early voting and advanced voting, and they are different, election day is much different. But this is the last day to vote. And in the state of Georgia, you have this very historical candidacy of the first African-American female nominee of a major party for governor.
Are y'all excited about that?
Yeah, I am.
I am.
What you excited about, Mitchell? Nicole sounds like she's not
You're the
excited.
shadiest-
I'm excited. He's excited because
she keep
what you
calling
think
me
the
shady?
Republican is going to beat her?
Oh, yeah. My boy called me last night from Washington, D.C.
Who?
He works.
Who, Mitchell?
His name. I can put his name out. His name is Herb Smith. He works with the Democratic Party in D.C. He said, "Boy, it's gonna be some sad Negroes in Atlanta when you know. Hey, man, let me ask you: do you think do you think there will be? No, I think Brian Kemp is gonna win. Do you think there will be a runoff?
Rashad seems to think there is.
You think so, Rashad?
Yeah,
I'm
so
hoping there isn't.
Because you're 0 and 19
Please.
on your election calls. I
no,
think
that's
you-
not true. That's
True.
completely
That's why I
untrue.
said, that's why
Now,
I said that
come on
Rashad,
now.
because his calls have been.
Yeah,
on
he
point.
has been
I
on
just-
point. No,
All
what
right,
do you think, Rashad?
so here's where it's at. And I always say polls are not predictions. Polls do not vote, but polls give you a snapshot of a small section of the electorate so you can figure out where people are at for that moment. According to the polling data, Ted Metz, the person that nobody talks about and
That's
the
the problem.
person
He's the problem.
that doesn't deserve to run, he's the third-party libertarian candidate, and he consistently pulls between 2 to 4%, which means no candidate, no top-ticket candidate is getting 50% plus one.
great.
Look, come on, man, bro.
Brother, I'm trying.
This
I'm trying
is
to
this
go
is the
live.
second month, man.
No, no.
You don't need to
Still-
go live if we're already live.
We live for real, bro.
You know I don't
my
know how to do
God.
social media.
Oh
You
my
know I don't know
God.
how to do social media.
It's that then stay off. Okay.
All right. So,
they
but
say
here-
you old folks have ruined it.
Okay,
anyway.
so when it comes to the election, though, let me tell you some numbers that should give your Republican a scare. DeKalb County this time 4 years ago was at about, I think, right at probably 60,000, 60 or 70,000. DeKalb County alone is hitting at 200,000 early votes.
And I heard you had Hank Johnson.
I did. I had. Wait, hold on, man. Don't be talking about Hank like that, bro. I ride with Hank now,
Well, you
man.
ride with Hank.
Hey, man, Congressman Hank Johnson.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out to come.
And today I had Keisha Lance Bottoms, mayor of Atlanta, was on the program.
I have a question. How do you hate on Hank Johnson?
I really don't hate on Hank Johnson.
Oh, my
no,
God.
Are we get good mic coverage on this, man? But you know one thing about this, I don't hate on Hank Johnson. But when Hank Johnson said Guam was going to tilt over,
See, let's talk about that. No, let's go ahead and talk about that. First of all, he was trying to make a joke, man. So for those who may not know,
Comedy is not his
Congressman
thing.
Johnson said, hold on, Congressman Johnson said during a congressional hearing, he said to a military official who was talking about invading Guam, okay? And he said something like, if too many soldiers go on one side of Guam, which is a very small island that we own, by the way, those are Americans there. If too many soldiers go on one side of Guam, Congressman Johnson said,
The
will
island
it not
was
tip over the island? And listen, man, I've been knowing Congressman Johnson for years.
He was serious.
No, he wasn't serious.
was as
It
serious
was
as the
dry
topic of
humor.
Christ.
Let me tell you what made that moment ironic and awkward. It was when the military guy did not understand the joke. And his response was, no, Congressman, I don't think islands can tip over, sir. So when he had that very serious response,
And Congressman Johnson is a Buddhist, isn't he?
yeah, man, he a Buddhist,
No,
man.
no,
what
no,
they got?
No, hey,
Mitchell is So
I know he be hating. But can I tell you a true story? Let me tell you a true. This is a true story. Let me tell you a true story, like bona fide true story.
You about to tell?
What?
Well, I don't know.
No, I mean it's a true story. Congressman Johnson, when we had the broadcast for the Million Man March.
That's what I was thinking.
What?
No, I knew that was the story.
Right, we had the broadcast for the Million Man March, right? And so it was myself, Ryan Cameron, V103, Derek Bozeman was there, a lot of us, but we were the only station that broadcasted live from the 25th anniversary of the Million Man March. So Congressman Johnson was like, listen, I got a pad. I'm not in town. He was in Asia or something that day. He was like, you can just come and chill over at my condo. And so I had my girlfriend and my cousin. And he had this really decked out condo that displayed his belief, his faith. So I found an appreciation, deeper appreciation for the fact that this man really believes in what he says and what he preaches. So there are a lot of people saying they're Christian. They won't have a cross, a Bible, or nothing in their condo in Washington, D.C.
Can I tell you my experience with Buddhism?
Go ahead.
Other
than you kind of look
like Buddha.
Yeah,
but
right.
I met a girl one time who invited me back to her place.
Right.
And I thought some things were going to happen.
Right.
No.
Yes. And I thought some things were going to happen.
Like meditation.
No. I wasn't in the
all
meditating
you're getting,
mood.
sir.
Exactly. And I got out. She got me on the ground, and we numb your ring. Wait a minute, Rashad. You're gonna like this one.
Okay.
So she got me on the ground,
Right.
and she started saying, num yum go ring kill, num yum ring kill. And so I was like, okay, that's the warming up process. So I started stretching out. I stretched, got ready for my performance.
Right.
And that was it. She said, what do you think? I was like, could you please take me back home? Because I was a sophomore in college. And that was,
How old was she, Mitchell?
She was probably about 26, and I was like 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
what was the stretching out about, Mitchell?
Nicole, when I go to work, I go to work.
Yeah, but you either ready or you not. All that stretching
that brother not ready just under normal circumstances.
Rashad, you know what I'm saying? See, Nicole, you're dealing with them old guys, man. Us younger guys, we need to stretch out because it's going to be, I'm putting in some work. That's what it is. As conservatives, Nicole, you don't believe.
That was a good one.
Nicole's have to bring out the Bengay. Remember the Bengay, Rashad, for them old guys?
And everybody smell it?
Yeah, everybody smell it like grandma's house. Okay.
Let's talk about your dude, Trump, because.
I really wanted to talk about, I'm really depressed, and I really wanted you to ask me.
What's wrong with him?
That's about what?
The Gulch. I am really.
You want to talk about the Gulch. It's over with. They got the vote passed last night at 12 midnight.
Why are you depressed? I would think that would be something you'd be in favor of.
let me
you're
tell you
always
something.
in favor of big business taking over.
Okay. Security. Let me say one thing, Rashad. I love this city. When the first time I came here in 1986, 87, I just fell in love with this city and just the blackness of the city.
Right.
And just to see the city being given away at every turn. There was no reason. I was not truly terribly against the Gulch, but, man, Atlanta should have been operating at a point of power. And, man, for billions of dollars to be given away, that whole side of the city of Atlanta has changed. That sits right down from the church you grew up in.
Yeah.
That won't even look the same.
But the Gulch is kind of off. It's where the old Richey's building was. It goes down by the federal building. In there, and really something need to be done. I don't know
what needed to be done.
Right, I don't know what needed to be done,
Rashad,
but I know
give
something
away
needed to be done.
You're very, you know what I told my daughter? I let her push the buttons to vote for Keisha Lansbottom because I told her your mom and I are going to be all right. The effects of Keisha Lansbottom will have more of an effect on you and your sister than it does your mom and I.
Well, explain your vote for Donald Trump then.
I voted for Donald Trump because I thought Donald Trump was the best candidate who I like Donald Trump at that particular point in time. No, I like Donald Trump.
Do you like him today?
I like Donald Trump. I like Donald Trump.
You know,
wait a
minute. Hold on.
If Donald Trump was running the day against Hillary Clinton, I would vote for Donald Trump.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
You should put together a better candidate for me to vote for.
No.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
I'm really upset that Trump continues to get a darker shade of orange every time he gives a speech. Did you see in Macon? I took a picture, bro. I took a picture of this because I thought something was wrong with the color on my television.
Well, you quit.
Hold on,
you
wait,
quit
bro. No, bro. I took this
sneaking the cable from your neighbors. You get just. But you know, hey man.
Hold on, wait a minute. I got to show you this picture, man. And I know y'all can't see it out there. You just got to deal with it. But I'm going to show Mitchell this picture because I literally paused my life and said, "Oh my God, look at how orange this man is." Do you see that? Y'all can't see that.
He spends time in the sun.
No. Do you see this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what
That is
that's
horrible.
That's horrible.
It looks as if he's literally wearing another mask over his regular face, and it
and
happens
his eyes.
to be orange.
And his eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to a tanning booth.
Yeah. Well,
Is there a tanning booth in the White House?
If there's a bowling alley in the White House,
It's probably
there's
tanning
probably
Wait
a
a minute.
tanning
Did you
booth.
wait a minute? Hold on. Did you hear when Trump said, I was listening to President Barack Obama on Air Force One, well, because I didn't have anything else to do. I'm like, you're the freaking president of the United States. You literally had nothing else to do while on Air Force One.
No.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
I was about to say, well,
No, they don't have any communication
That
devices.
sounds about right.
They don't have the internet.
Right. Like, it's
Right.
basically a traveling house.
It's a
is
traveling-
what
it's-
Air
Right.
Force One
You
is.
can you can
Yeah,
you
he
can
had-
con-
I
you
can
can
believe
conduct a
that.
war from
Yes.
Air Force One.
The football is the nuclear
The
football
is
stays with
him.
the president.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? One thing about it is, I've never gotten your take on the African American contingency that went to see the president. Is about 2 weeks ago now.
Who?
The young folks?
Yeah. All the young people that went to see.
Are you talking about the young Republicans?
the young Republicans?
Did you hear them? I played them on my show, on my other show. I played a clip of them talking in the megaphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Candace.
we love our president. He's the best president in the world.
Did that sound
we're not racist. He's not racist.
Did that sound any different? Because I think I posted somewhere.
Man, they were silly, man.
Did that sound any different from the love that Barack Obama got? Remember, Jamie Foxx said, "Our Lord and Savior, Donald Trump."
Can I say this?
Yes, you
okay.
can say it. It's your show.
Can I say this? Bruh, do you realize it was tough? I mean, some black people were coming out saying things like, I'm not down with Obama just because he's black. Like, black people were coming out saying that in much larger numbers against Barack Obama, saying, I'm not voting for him just because he's black. He needs to do something for me, which is cool. That's how you play the
That's
game
how
of
you play the
politics.
game. I agree with you.
But when you look at the rubber stamp psychology that exists with some of these black Republicans, understand this. Vote for who you want to vote for. Support whatever party you choose.
Roger that.
But if you are in a party, what good is it if you have a seat at the table, but you are unable to articulate a message when the dinner is served?
And I have
and
no
that's
problem.
what we have with all these Republican talking heads. They're not moving the agenda of black folks one iota and don't care about it.
And that's the exact same thing that Cornel West and Tavis Smiley said during the last administration.
Come on, man.
You were at the table, but you did not move the
Wait,
needle
okay, so-
1 inch
Hey, chat
when
room.
President Obama
Okay.
was in office.
I can't. No, first of all, that's untrue.
That
But
is true.
But here's what I got to say. And
Why was
I love
everyone's-
Tavis comes by my show often. I love Tavis Smiley, great dude. But they went around and did Obama Ain't Ish tour.
I don't remember that.
Yes, they did. Tavis Smiley and Cornel West did the Obama Ain't Ish tour. Where is that tour for President Donald Trump?
Well, let me ask you this. Why would you expect for them to do a tour for Trump when most of y'all black folks done put him down? Now y'all want him to rise back up?
Man, I don't give a
Come
damn
on.
about either one of them, to be quite honest with you.
I
But
agree.
there's a hypocrisy there.
I agree with
If you're going to go around and say
don't.
that President Barack Obama is
didn't
bad
do it.
because of
I
A,
agree
B,
with-
and
I
C,
agree with you on
why
that.
wouldn't you do it for this
I
president
agree.
too?
I agree with
no,
you.
No. They need to go. They're like, you know what? The black community put us down after we had been out there as heroes for the black community for years.
Man, Tavis
And
ain't
then
never
because of
been. Wait a
one-
minute, hold on.
But he just done a lot. He's done a
He
lot
had that
as
brother
far
had a
as
show
bringing.
on public broadcasting. Let's be real
I'm
about
not-
Tavis Smiley, please. Can we?
What does
come
that
on.
mean?
What does that mean,
No,
Rashad?
He just had a show. Like I never saw Tavis at a march. I've never seen Tavis
No.
at a
I'm not-
rally.
okay,
like
okay,
It's
protest.
a
I
few
got you.
people you
I
haven't
got
seen
you.
at a march, but it doesn't
But
mean
that wasn't Tavis' spirit. And Tavis wrote that book basically dissing Dr. King, dissing Reverend Al Sharpton. Reverend Sharpton. Y'all do this. Go to YouTube and Google Reverend Al Sharpton and Tavis Smiley. Go to YouTube and Google that, and you will see Reverend Al Sharpton summarily handing Tavis his ass because Tavis decided to talk trash about Reverend Sharpton that day. Sharpton had that brother on the phone before 5 p.m., and Tavis He told Tavis, I was doing all right till you started talking trash about me. And he went in on Tavis. Tavis tried to back out of that thing. But
let's go to the chat room right
Can I
quick.
ask you a question, Nicole?
Yeah.
No,
what's
you
your
can't because we're about to go in
What's
the
your
segment
question?
in a minute.
Go ahead,
We
just
gotta
say
go
the question.
to
My
the chat
question,
room.
my question to you, Nicole, is this here. Everyone talked about when we had the mayoral race with Mary, what's her name? Mary Norwood against
and
Keisha Lance
Bottoms.
Who did you vote for, Nicole?
I voted for Keisha Lance Bottoms.
You were coerced into that vote, right?
Yeah, I felt bad. They called me a coon and everything else, and I couldn't deal. It did something to my spirit.
Okay. I
Yeah,
I
cooning
think Mary.
do-
I've always said
Attempted
that, though.
cooning would do that. I'm just
But let me ask you, why
I should have
would you?
voted for Mary?
Because
I truly
everyone
believe
said
that.
everyone said that
Stop,
Mary,
y'all need to stop.
everyone that said that Mary was going to give away the city, right?
That's
right.
what they said.
let me-
Like she was gonna have this big.
All right, so let's go to the chat
Wait a
room.
minute. Yeah, let's go to the chat room. So shout out. Let's go to Elliot Thompson. Elliot said he's from Techwood and anything is better from what's there now.
Okay.
Okay, that's an Atlanta native.
Okay.
Bow
Okay.
down to it.
But you
Okay.
from College Park, Nicole.
Okay, I'm not. But that's what you know. That's because Elliot know my history.
Okay.
Hey, Elliot. Okay, Honey West said Lion Ass Mitchell. He remembers. What was she talking about? What
What is going on, bro? What is that about? I don't even understand the context,
Okay.
madam.
Hey, Stacey Anderson Epps is checking in there. Shanti says somebody smack Mitchell. I can't with this love obsession he has with Trump.
No,
And Daddy Limbaugh. That's what you call the man.
Rush Limbaugh.
And
No,
Madge
you call
Owen
him
says
Daddy
that Trump
Limbaugh.
is a darker shade of orange.
Okay, so we're going to a break
We're
in a
going to
minute.
a break.
Let me go ahead and update people where I'll be today for election coverage. When I leave here, I'm on CBS 46 News at 4, 5, and 6 p.m. At 7 p.m., I'm on V103 until 8:30 p.m. 9 p.m. until 11 p.m., I'm on Peachtree TV giving you all of the results. And then at 11 p.m., 11:05 p.m., I'm back at CBS 46 News. And then at 12 midnight, I'm back on V103 with the final count. Then at 6 a.m., the next morning, I'm back on CBS News trying to make sense of what happened the day before. So that's my political coverage for the rest of the day. All right, we got more on the other side. It's Sucker Free with Rashad, Richey, and friends.
30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure. Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood and promote better circulation. So don't delay, do it today. Get your bottle of GAP pills. Normally sells for $49.95, but if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
Hey everyone, it is your favorite politician, Representative Erica Thomas, and I'm excited to tell you about the Erica Thomas Show, where we break down news and politics in layman terms where everybody can understand it. We start off the show with hip hop and politics, where we might interview your favorite celebrity and we break down hip hop and let you know that it's the same thing as politics, baby. And also coming up after that, we have Kids and Politics, where we bring on your favorite kid stars and they tell us all about how they feel about politics. And then right after that is the hit list, where we tell you about the fails of the week. Who failed this week in the news and who do we need to know about? It's all happening at 6 o'clock every single Tuesday. I said 6 o'clock every single Tuesday. So you better tune in. You better tune in. You better not miss it. I mean, you better not miss it. The Erica Thomas Show is on live.
All right, we're back, Sucker Free with Rashad, Richey, and friends. Mitchell,
Yes, sir.
you are bling blinging, sir. I want to congratulate you. You are blinding
You see my
people.
coat? You see-
No, man, I see your
Is
forehead.
he opening
Do you-
his shirt?
Brother, wait a minute. This is This
you-
is a distraction,
Don't
Nicole.
scare the
Hey,
people.
Rashad,
Do you have some baby powder you can put up on your forehead? Or
I
something,
told you
man?
I don't know how to put on makeup. I don't know how to do it, Nicole. I need your makeup artist. Who do you use?
Mine is hired by CBS, sir. I don't know if you.
No,
I don't know if that'll transfer.
Hey, did I tell you I was at church one time? We were broadcasting live, and a couple of people got blinded because my head was shining. So
It was just shining too much, man.
Okay, hey,
That's
man.
that shave wise.
That's the shave wise.
That is, that's the
Hey,
shave
Rashad,
wise.
let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If anybody didn't see the show last week, check out that show because we're going to be giving away some of those. I talked to Ron.
ShaveWise.com.
ShaveWise.com, man.
All right.
Great belief.
So,
Who am I sitting next to, Rashad?
Mary Pat Hector,
Thank you all so much for having me.
Mary.
I'm really
Thank you
excited.
for joining
National
us.
Action Network Youth Director, Spelman College scholar, activist. What else do you do?
Well, I was in the White House when Cornell and Tavis wasn't.
Yeah, that's why they did that
So
tour.
that's why they were big mad. It
Bam.
was an Al Sharpton thing. It was they did the tour because they were mad that they weren't invited.
Right. Do you remember?
And they
Okay,
should have been invited.
Mary Pat,
Well,
you work for Reverend Al Sharpton. You work for Reverend Sharpton, right?
yeah.
Do you remember before the break I said people need to go to YouTube and listen to Reverend Sharpton tear Tavis a new one. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but I do know that they've always had an issue with him. And
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue was they felt they were good enough to be in the room and they weren't invited. But I will tell you that C.T. Vivian, who deserved to be there, was. I will tell you people like Melanie Campbell, whose work is so important now with Black Women Roundtable and Black Youth Vote. She was in the room. And I mean, so a conglomerate of others that I believe we needed there.
Was
Yeah.
Jesse Jackson in the room?
No.
But Jesse Jackson was with me this morning, sir. He was in the room in
Were you in the room, Mitchell?
Yeah, were you there?
Were
No,
you
you
there,
were not
sir?
there.
Okay,
And he-
Nicole.
and he's-
but my point was,
and he's
I'm
stomping for
Jesse is a
Democrats.
brother of Omega Psi Phi Mu Psi chapter. I was just asking because you talked about all the individuals who have contributed and who was in the room. I just asked was Reverend Jackson in the
But the
room.
larger point, Mary Pat,
There you
is
go.
that these two individuals were not in the room, and then after that, they decided to go around and do the Obama and
I'm sure
Ish
they would have
tour.
loved to. And it's so funny, even when people talk about Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
And it's like, when he's here, everyone's like, Mary, like, let me get a photo.
Yeah.
Weren't you the same person on
Preach that.
Rashad's show?
Come
just
on.
dogging Al
Dogging
Sharpton
Al
out
Sharpton, but want a
week
picture.
ago?
Can I say this?
It's polite.
It was a 12-year-old Mary Pat Hector. 12, how old are you, 12 or 13?
Probably.
Yeah. She was the first person that personally introduced me to Reverend Al Sharpton. And I don't know where we were at, somewhere in Atlanta. I was the director of the Democratic Party. I had never met Sharpton personally. And he was on stage eating a salad because he doesn't eat meat like everybody else. And I was nervous. I didn't want to just go up to him and be like, hey, I'm the head of the Democratic Party. Like, I didn't want to do that.
Like
And
you always do.
So I grabbed a 12-year-old.
Walking around with his
instead-
badge. Don't
I
you have
know,
his
right.
badge? Don't you
Got
have
the
your
badge. Right, I got all of it. And so I grabbed this 12-year-old, and I was like, hey, looks like you have a pretty good relationship with Reverend Sharpton. Why don't you introduce me? And she was like, oh, absolutely, Mr. Richey. And she just brought me up there, and Sharpton looked at me like, no, this Negro didn't just have the 12-year-old.
Exactly.
Hey, let me say something about Mary Pat Hector. For those of you that don't know, Mary Pat Hector ran for mayor.
No, council.
City council.
City
This
council.
is why we can't have nice things.
Research,
Oh,
sir. It's
man,
called.
so she ran for city council. I'm sorry,
This is-
Nicole.
This is
Yep.
this
This
is
is why
why
we can't have
Mitchell Shelby.
How old were you when you ran for city council?
19.
You were 19. You lost. How many votes did you lose by?
22.
Wow.
22 votes, and they tried to stop her from being on the ballot because of her age.
Because of her
Myself
age.
and many others went to DeKalb County Board of Elections. We protested, made sure she was recognized on the ballot. And I never forget, the cat she was running against was there. He was like,
And three of his supporters.
like supporter. He had like 3 supporters. And I remember I approached him. I was like, he was 50, 60 years
He
old.
was like 70, 80 years
Okay, he
old.
was 70, 80
He
years
should have
old.
been
Rashad.
ashamed of
No,
himself.
anyway.
See, she
Right.
can't say Rashad don't know.
I know.
That's why we can't have
I
nice
know,
stuff.
right?
You don't know.
But I went up to him, and it was just a real sincere moment. I said, man, you too old for this, man. And and he was like, I don't understand what you mean, Mr. Richey. I'm too old for that. I said, man, she's 19. The fact that you are saying that she cannot even run for office makes you look weak, brother. It makes you look weak. Now you need to go ahead and drop this so we can all go home. That brother was like, well, I have a lot of constituents here that are supporting me, and we want to know this once and for all. And I looked around, and it was one black female supporting him who's a black Republican named Annette.
Oh, God.
Do you remember Annette?
I do.
Annette was just diehard for this guy, and everybody else was in there for Mary Pat Hector. But she did win that one.
And Marvin did pretty good.
Marvin did awesome. Marvin was arguing.
did great.
Commissioner Marvin Arrington,
I'm calling him from now
yeah,
on.
argued the case for her. When I tell you that brother argued that case like he was in front of the U.S. Supreme Court.
Senior or junior?
He had the biggest.
Junior.
Oh, okay.
Commissioner.
Shout out to everybody.
Man, that brother had all
Don't come from
documentation.
Marvin.
No.
Oh, I was about to say now.
If I tell you who Marvin Harrington, they live right in my neighborhood. I'm very.
You talking about
familiar.
Junior or Judge Arrington?
Judge Arrington, and I know Marvin Arrington.
Yeah.
And you said that's
Yeah,
why I
Marvin's
said
a good
you-
friend of mine. He's a
Man,
great
I'm gonna
guy.
Tell you something. When I first moved here, his father was over the city council.
Yeah.
And brother, to watch a city council meeting on TV was something to see because
Right.
Marvin Arrington gave him hell, brother.
Senior should have really been mayor, one of our mayors.
Yeah, I agree
Really
with you.
should have been.
We agree on that.
He made a comment, and it kind of just blackballed him because it was against Maynard, and folks weren't having it, and that kind
On the light skin?
that kind of took him out. That kind of took him out. But he really, I think he would have been a great mayor.
Went to
for
Clark Atlanta University?
Atlanta,
Went to
definitely.
Clark
One of my
College.
dad's
All right.
best friends, Washington High class. I think it's 57 or 58.
that's him.
Definitely.
Okay.
Mary Pat, let's get down to business though. So I have a question. Them damn glasses, girl. Where you get them from?
I ordered these off Amazon.
So cute, so cute. So you've been around a while. You've been in politics. You've been in the streets doing everything. And I remember we got
Whoa. Back that thing up, Nicole. My sister has not been in the street
I understand,
doing
Nicole.
everything.
I understand,
No,
Nicole.
you got it. You talking
see
to
how
somebody.
You, see how your mind
No,
is,
I'm just
sir?
saying because
Sir.
when she runs for president, they're going to run that commercial. And Nicole is
She's
saying.
been in the streets working for her people.
Her people.
Yes.
I understood, Nicole.
I know you're protective of Mary
That's
Pat.
all.
We
I'm
all
just-
are.
no, it's
I
crazy.
get it.
People do crazy
When she
things
said
these
she was
days.
going to turn 21 in 20 days, I was done.
You about to be 21?
I said,
Yeah.
and she will
Wow.
not have a
November
drink.
22nd.
Right. Are you going to drink?
Not have a drink.
I wanted to do like a wine tasting.
Oh
Absolutely
my God,
not.
I
Mary
can't.
Pat.
No.
Absolutely
Let me
not.
tell you something.
Absolutely not.
Now, do you already drink?
No.
A little
That's-
something every
no,
now and then?
No.
Okay. So here's the thing.
And if I did, I would never get on.
I was about to say,
There
what
you
is she?
go.
Like she's gonna say, oh yeah.
You never say it
My
publicly.
thing is a
All right.
pina
But no,
colada.
I don't-
So
Like,
I want to
seriously.
say this. Whatever you do in moderation. So I became a bona fide alcoholic. I do not drink today. You can't pay me to pick up a drink, right? But I am convinced that the whole prohibition to drinking is the reason why America has a drinking problem. If you look at other nations where drinking is socialized and it doesn't matter what age, parents can give it to you at 12,
That's right.
13.
That's right.
They do not have the same level of alcohol-related diseases as we do in America. So it's not that big a deal is my point.
I can
Right.
speak for that. I had beer at 5, so I'm good.
Yeah.
I had my daughter taste.
Laughing.
I had my daughter
Seriously.
taste.
He drunk now.
No. I'm gonna tell you one reason. Let me tell you one reason I don't drink, Mary Pat. Alcoholism runs on both sides of my
So
family.
you got
Okay.
that gene.
No, I don't drink.
You see,
No, yeah, he's
I'm
got to
serious.
throw me. I got the eat gene, but not the drinking gene.
No, they
But
say it's
yeah.
a gene for
Yeah,
real.
alcoholism
Oh.
runs on both sides of my family. My mom's father was an alcoholic, and my dad's dad were both alcoholics.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've seen my cousin, my mom and her sister married two brothers.
Hey, man.
No, seriously. This
Wait
is
a minute, hold on. Wait.
no, my mom and her sister married. My mom and her sister married brothers.
Okay.
My cousin, who was 1 year younger than me, was on his motorcycle,
Okay.
drunk,
Oh wow.
and he died.
I'm sorry to
And that
hear
was
that.
it. But what I'm saying is that's why I don't drink.
Okay.
So, sweetheart, like you said, if
That's
that's something
powerful,
you
though.
want to
I
drink,
can't see Mary Pat. I can't.
that's what I'm just
Damn.
saying. It
Mary
ain't nothing
Pat.
to it.
And
Yeah.
Mason
Mary
is
Pat.
in the chat room. Mason said he gonna tell your mama.
Yeah, there you go.
But shout out to
Mason
Mason.
in the house.
Mason said,
Let me
"Hi,
see.
Rashad. I have a Coca-Cola for you." I can imagine his voice saying, "He has the cutest voice."
Let me see Mason.
Hi, Mr. Rashad. I have
Mason
a
be slinging them
Coca-Cola
hot
for
dogs
you.
over at Morehouse. man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah,
When is he over there? Tell about when what your brother does and when he's at
Yeah,
Morehouse.
one of Rashad's friends stopped by. I thought it was you.
Okay.
But he's
'Cause that's his
over
only
there every
friend.
Wednesday.
Right,
He's
exactly.
over there every Wednesday, between 12 and 6 o'clock.
Every
Close
Wednesday
by.
between 12 and 6, he's a huge hit on the Morehouse College campus. The president of the campus basically said, "You good? Stay right here." But I heard little bro be banking, man.
Yeah, Mason makes a good amount of money. I mean, he makes more than I do a week.
So
Let me tell you.
a day?
Hold on,
let's
let me
talk
just
to
say
Mason
this.
though, because
Just-
Mary Pat had put on her page how Mason was trying to possibly cook for Thanksgiving. Mason, Thanksgiving is a serious situation.
That's a serious sport, Mason. That's a
We
grown
love
man
you.
game right there,
We
Mason.
love you, but you got to put time in. Even when
I think you
women
can do
don't
it.
really get to that good Thanksgiving dinner till we get older. Like you got be like you got to have some years on you.
Can I ask this about?
Don't play with the Thanksgiving dinner.
So he sells hot dogs. Is it cash only, or he takes
He
cards?
does debit card, cash.
So he
app,
takes
if you
it
don't
all.
Have your debit card. He does it all.
This is no lie.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to.
I feel like you shouldn't.
All right. So everybody
like
knows
it.
I just stopped shooting dice. Okay. So I was still shooting dice in Kirkwood every Wednesday or Friday over in the hood. And I stopped doing it about 6 months ago because somebody recognized me from television. And so I decided it's probably time for me to put these dice up, right? Do you know that they cash out on the dice game?
Cash App is everything.
But they be like, bruh, that's that sound, bruh. Go ahead and cash out that 20 to me.
Cash App.
They are cash apping.
Except me.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're not even talking about
It's
you.
too high tech, man.
You cash out, Rashad?
No, that's why I had to stop
Oh,
shooting
that's why
dice.
I wasn't trying to front till y'all said it. But I just
Mary
want to
Pat.
say,
You don't Zelle.
Everybody
You don't
has
say,
cash.
Mary Pat, do you shoot dice?
Venmo.
No.
Have you ever shot dice before?
Dice a day in my life.
Okay.
Rashad, what is the okay?
Do you know how
I
to
don't
shoot
even know
dice,
how
sir?
to
Well,
play
shut up then.
spades.
I
You
don't know how to shoot dice.
All right, you
Mason
got to.
said, yes, ma'am, he's not cooking anymore. Okay, Mason.
Okay, so
Give
Mason's not
yourself a
going
few
to do it.
years. Not
Mason
that you
is so cool.
shouldn't, but you got to put in some time
For
of
those of you
watching
that
Yeah.
how
say
it's
something?
done.
For a guy who came on our show, if you don't have Thanksgiving dinner yet,
Yeah,
tell him where to go, Rashad.
this is it.
This is it.
Now that's real.
No-
This is it. They got this whole spread: macaroni and cheese, collard greens, the whole turkey. Not turkey pieces. The whole damn turkey,
Fried.
Cajun, fried.
And if you get there by November the 20th, he's going to give you you get a potato pie.
Yeah, you get like a potato pie
Potato pie.
and a discount.
A potato
But you
pie
just
or a sweet
this is
potato
it
pie?
barbecue. This is it
No,
BBQ.
She's a conservative.
Is
They
it
probably
German?
don't season their food.
Oh,
That's what somebody said the
Mary
last
Pat, Mary Pat, this is
They
no
don't
lie.
season their food.
Somebody
Mary
said
Pat.
it.
Have y'all seen that whole thing with potato salad with raisins in it?
Pumpkin pie.
Listen, yesterday, for the first time in my natural life, I actually saw potato salad with raisins in it.
Well, let me say something about being a
Was he
black
about to say what's
conservative.
wrong with that?
No, I was not.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was about to say. It's unfreaking
Who's gonna be
necessary,
done
man.
with
That's
I
what's wrong
love
with
me
it.
some Mary Pat Hector. But you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to conservative Republican. My wife can cook.
Yeah, she can
I'm from
cook.
Mississippi. We're originally from Mississippi.
Right.
Are
y'all really?
We kill it that morning.
Well, I thought
and
you
eat
said
it.
you from
I mean,
Memphis,
I
sir.
originally was born in Mississippi, and we moved to Memphis
Wait a
when I
minute,
was
bro.
Wow.
Some
years
holes
old.
in your background there, sir.
No, it's
You
not.
the one though.
Now, where you
Memphis
from?
or Mississippi. That's the same thing. That's
No,
amazing.
it is not the same thing.
Mississippi.
I was born in a place called.
Mississippi is the only state. Like if I'm driving somewhere and you go through Mississippi, I'm like, what's the shortest route that we spend the least time in Mississippi?
I'm like that in Alabama.
Oh no,
Mississippi.
Alabama I can do, but
Tennessee?
Mississippi is a different
Georgia?
type of beast, honey.
said Georgia?
Yeah, outside of 285. But okay, so Mary Pat, the millennial vote. What's going on? Y'all
Yeah.
voting? What's going? What do
I mean,
you
young
think?
people are voting, and we've seen that like on a national scale as regards to Georgia as well as Texas, where young people are actually showing up and voting. And honestly, I'm happy to see it, whether they are Democrat or Republican. Just young people participating politically, but also not voting but running for office. I do
That's
want to
true.
see more young people running for office.
You think you'll run again?
I probably
You should
will
run against
again.
that same
I
dude.
probably will run again from Georgia. And what's so funny is they ended up putting in a legislation that you had to be over the age of 21.
Oh, they
what
changed
I
the law.
don't think George Turner nor Jason Larry realized that I was going to be 21
By the
before.
time
I
it
think they were
can't,
just
because
so
it's 4
confused.
years.
It's 4 years.
Right.
These guys aren't smart.
They're not smart. So I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, and potentially going to law school. But I really want to see more young people run for office.
That would be good. I think you could hit that up because you got a good
If I
following.
want to run again,
of
I want to
people.
do it statewide. I don't
Oh,
want to
wow.
do it. I don't want
Just
to do
local.
it locally or like state rep or something like that. But I know
Right.
my.
What's
state
the reason for
representative.
that?
I appreciate her.
She wants to be in an executive position. She doesn't want to be a
I mean,
vote.
city council.
You
the
just
city
a
of
vote,
Stonecrest. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I could do more
Okay.
on the state level.
That's-
I love to see you in some
Now,
position,
let me tell you what I
whatever
love
it is.
about you, Mary Pat, is that you do not allow the fact that no one else has ever done it to stop you from thinking it's normal to do. That is powerful. So many times we get limited by the fact that there aren't any 19-year-old council members, so why would you do that? But you did it, and you came within roughly 20 votes of upsetting the world, right? So you got to run
20
again.
votes.
Obviously, there's some power behind your message.
Hopefully tonight we can say the same thing about Stacey Abrams.
Woody, what's your prediction for tonight?
I'm very scared. I will say I'm not going to trust the results, period. Simply because Brian Kemp has not shown me that I can't trust him.
And what's up with coming at the last minute talking about the Democrats are hacking?
Listen, I'm not going to trust
lame.
for any person that would not respect Georgians enough to step down from this particular
I wish I could
position.
throw something at Ballhead.
I'm not going to trust it. I think I'm not gonna let him steal this election either.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let him steal this
Talk
election.
to
So
him.
I'll
are
wake
you
up
are you
November
looking at me?
7th,
I'm not
and I'll
saying
be
one
outside
word.
of the governor's mansion. Like, no, you're not stealing this election.
And we can get security to get you right on up out of there.
I
Let me
remember-
ask you a question. When you say you're not going to steal, how do you see Brian Kemp
Kemp
stealing the election?
How do I see Brian Kemp taking thousands of voters off the vote? This is another form of voter suppression. I feel like we're in the days of poll taxes and literacy tests.
So,
And like
Bubbles on the bar.
yeah.
right, let me go ahead and answer this question for conservative Republican Mitchell Shelby. Number one, he's already stole votes from the election by putting in limbo 53,000 individuals
Exactly.
who should have been simply added to the voter roll because they did meet the deadline. In addition to that, he purged over 600,000 individuals because of the Department of Justice not having to go through the process of pre-clearance due to the Supreme Court ruling that gutted a key provision in the Voting Rights Act. So this is a case of the politician picking the voters rather than the voters picking the politician. So in that sense, he has already restricted the vote total by way of a purge system known as Georgia Purge and the Exact Match program. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of how many voters he has taken away.
My issue with Brian Kemp was not resigning when you ran for governor.
Yeah.
That was one of those things that you should have done.
Especially
You should
today.
have. And especially today with
So much scrutiny.
with
Did
a
you
lack
tell him
of
that,
scrutiny.
though? Did you tell him that,
No,
Mitchell?
I did not.
Did
No,
you
I
vote
didn't.
for him?
Machines aren't working.
I have not voted yet, Rashad.
Will you
Okay.
be voting for him?
I will be voting at 5 p.m. today.
For him? We got more on the other side. Sucker free with Rashad, Richey, and friends.
Did you know 30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure? Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood and promote better circulation. So don't delay. Do it today. Get your bottle of GAP pills. Normally sells for $49.95, but if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
This week on The Kitchen.
Yeah. Hold up. To me. Alright.
We got Trans Lee.
I just wanna answer what y'all asking.
We got Gray. DJ DiBiase.
Alright. Yeah. Hold up.
Chef Chrissy.
Yeah. Hold up. To me.
Porcelain Gold.
For the Grammy, yeah, I thought you know. The kitchen got the fix and enjoy the show. Alright. Well, that's the show, man. I thank y'all for coming. Then it was served. Next time I hope you join us, man.
God blessing me often. I'm still up in the apartment. I know they keeping my deposit. I got burn holes in the carpet.
All I know is old. All I know is bold. All I know is stoves. Hey, look this out the door.
All right, what's happening? Welcome back. Sucker Free with Rashad, Richey, and friends. Nicole English, conservative Republican Mitchell Shelby, and Mary Pat Hector, youth director for National Action Network, Spelman student, activist, politician, public servant.
Can I ask you, what does that title include that you do for the National Action Network?
So essentially, I assist with the middle, high school, and college chapters all across the country, and assist in starting up those chapters, and assist the presidents of those chapters with developing their projects, or whenever they need assistance, like with their projects, pretty much assisting them in like making it happen.
Okay. Let me ask you, Mary Pat, because you started at such a young age. For individuals who are young today, how would you suggest them getting started?
It was really tough. I didn't even break through here. Like I isn't it weird? Like, no one ask themselves this question? Why is it that I work for a civil rights organization in New York City when there are so many organizations in the state of Georgia?
Because they're scared of the new leadership class.
So
that's why.
It was very tough for me to, even when reaching out to people here in Georgia, I never got that assistance. I never got that help. And it wasn't until I started working with Reverend Sharpton and he started mentoring me that those people even pay attention to the work that I was doing on the grounds.
Wow.
So it's very tough.
What do you think that's about?
I'm not sure what that's about,
Mm-hmm.
to be quite frank with you. And now they're like, I think they question the relationship. They have a dislike for him.
Right.
It's very hard being in the South, even working for an organization that's based in the North, because there's that difference. You know what I mean? They don't have that.
But
respect.
Reverend Sharpton is a bona fide civil rights G. I don't understand how anyone could
he's
question.
very smart.
And I remember there was a cat. I don't know. Y'all can look at this on YouTube also. Reverend Sharpton was approached by some dude, and dude got close to Reverend Sharpton, like touched his suit. Have y'all seen this? You seen this?
No,
Mary Pat?
I've never seen that.
Sharpton said,
Is that in Baltimore?
yeah, it was in Baltimore. Listen, I promise you, he had on his little tailor-made suits, be real nice on him. Sharpton brushed this brother off like, oh, wait a minute.
Was this the small Al Sharpton or the big
It's
Al
the small Al Sharpton.
Okay.
Really, this was recent.
This was
Okay.
Because
it's
in
on
Baltimore,
YouTube.
it was a follow-up to the Freddie
so,
Gray.
It was
Okay.
the
all
Freddie Gray
that was
thing.
happening.
It was so gangster. And when I tell you this young cat backed down,
'Cause they were
Sharpton had nobody around him. They thought they were going to clown Sharpton.
Yeah,
so
'cause
they
they were
came
like-
up recording him. That man, Sharpton, like, man. But old dude ran. The other preacher.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
I don't know. I don't
The
remember
one that
his
said
name.
these ain't loyal.
Oh, Jamal Bryant.
Jamal Bryant
I
ran.
think
And
this
that's
is the
his city.
thing. This is the thing for me. A lot of people think that like we chase cases. If you call into the Nana Atlanta office, like these people
Everybody's
call
calling.
us. These
Right.
people, Reverend Sharpton, a long time ago, a case happened. People love to bring it up.
Yeah.
But since that day,
What case was that?
He was
I'm not
wrong.
even
We
bringing
ain't gonna
it
talk.
up.
He was wrong.
But-
But let me say this before you go
This
there.
shaded
All
Negro
right, here's
over
the thing.
here.
He was wrong because he had a fundamental practice of believing the victim, just like a prosecutor would, just like a family advocate would.
well, why wouldn't you believe him?
Yeah.
I would believe him.
So that's it.
And
that
people
was
still
all.
do. In fact, she went on a tour about 4 years ago, and she sticks by her story.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So, since then, we vet out, like you have to call us first.
Right.
We don't chase cases, and then we have to know the facts and know the information
Mm-hmm.
before we can fully support you. Because we don't
Exactly.
want to be in a situation to where we've
But-
been lied to.
But the main point is people come to you.
yeah, we don't chase. So those parents called us. I remember getting the call from Michael Brown in the Atlanta office, calling Reverend Sharpton and calling Reverend Toon that night, as it was all happening on the news. As well, same thing with Freddie Gray, same thing with all of the cases that we've done,
Sure.
Trayvon Martin. Those families call us. So I don't think a lot of people realize the diligently.
And then when you aren't
diligences that
there,
we do.
what do people say?
Why they
Where's
do?
Reverend Al Sharpton? Where Jesse
They
Jackson
ain't
at?
doing nothing
Right.
for the black.
Let me ask you, when
Yeah.
you say they call
So it's
you,
a
do they
catch-22.
call you for exposure or do they call you for representation?
So we can't represent anybody, but what we end up doing is we end up sharing them like Molly Davis, Marvin Arrington's
They're
firm.
connectors,
We
man.
share them with the attorneys that we have relationships with, some of which will assist them pro bono or that will give them discount. And if they're looking to continue the working relationship, then sure, we will assist them in getting their cases out there publicly, because sometimes that's the only way people get justice.
Right.
And that's how
I
you
agree.
get exposure, by going
I
to
know-
these.
I asked a simple question that one would like to know. When you say they call us, what do they call you for?
Sometimes they call us for representation,
right.
but we're not lawyers.
Right, you're not attorney. So my point was, why do they call you?
To get exposure for the case. That's why
did I
you
just
would
now
call
say that?
somebody with a big name in media
Who would bring
so that
exposure
you
to
can
it.
get exposure to it.
Right.
Mitchell, your forehead
It's
is
just-
irritating the hell out of me.
Well, brother, let me tell you something. I'm like, what's the brother in Florida? What's the brother who's running for
Andrew?
I'm shining before I got here. I'm gonna be shining during this show. I'm gonna be shining when I leave. That's how I am.
I don't even
I'm
understand
shining.
what
Mary
you're talking
Pat,
about.
thank you
brother.
for joining
Yes,
us.
thank you.
I'm happy to be
I'm
here.
just happy she came through.
Yeah, I am.
Let me say, before we cannot leave today without doing Suck of the Week and all that.
Oh, I
Folks
got it.
were so mad about
We
the
didn't do a
last
suck
show.
of the week.
Or
It's been a couple of weeks,
ain't
ain't it?
No, just
Yeah.
last
Just
week.
last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got to make sure we did. Mayor Pat, feel free to chime in if you would like. If you have
You
a
got a
suck of the week and a suck
Think
of
about
free
it.
moment of the week. So you can
Yeah.
think about it. Who wants to? You, Mitchell, you
I want to go. I want to start this party out, man. My sucker of the week this week is the city of San Francisco, California.
Wow.
And oh yeah,
The whole city.
The whole
Okay.
those in legislative power. That's my sucker of the week. And the reason why they are my sucker of the week, Rashad, they have come to Google. They've come to all these different tech businesses in California, right there in the San Francisco area, and these tech companies were feeding their employees absolutely free of charge. That's one of the benefits for working at one of those companies. So the city of San Francisco now is saying, we're going to take your free lunch away. We're going to close the counters. Make sure that you close those businesses for giving away free lunches, so those hundreds of thousands of people will get out and start going through the neighborhood. Like, for example, at Coca-Cola here in Atlanta, they give you a substantial discount for working at Coca-Cola for eating lunch there. But the city of San Francisco says, no, we're going to close those cafeterias, and we're going to make those people go out into the community and purchase food in the community. So that's my sucker of the week, is the city of San Francisco, California.
Sucker free?
You got
Also, you got a sucker free moment?
Suck of the week first, I guess.
Okay.
So,
All right,
So
who's your sucker
I
of
got
the
a
week?
couple.
Wait a minute, that's not the rules, Mayor Pat.
Come on,
The
Julian
rules are
Bonds, Audrea Boone,
Oh!
Councilwoman Overstreet,
dropping names like
Councilwoman Shepherd.
Tupac.
Councilwoman Winslow, the black ones that voted yes for the Gulch.
I love her.
Green light the gulch.
Green. Oh,
Just got them names.
Shout
dropped.
out
Michael
to
Bond.
Andre Dickens.
Shout
and,
out.
Councilwoman, what is it? Archibong.
I was really
voting
surprised the mayor got the votes. I had her on my show today, and I said, Madam, I did not think you were going to get that vote. But she got it at about midnight. I was told, this is just what somebody told me. I was told all of those red shirt activists had left except 2. Now, that's disappointing. 12 midnight is not too late when you're talking about a project like that. They waited the protesters out,
They waited
and
them
they
out.
went ahead and passed that thing through. So it's approved now. Now what do you have to do? You got to hold them accountable to do right by the community and not allow displacement to happen.
And that's
period.
Michael Julian Bond, by the way.
Yeah, Michael
Julian Bond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably tripping, man. Him and I got some. He's still tripping about something that happened back last year.
The election.
Just suck of the week.
Yeah, when
The
I had
election.
to.
Yeah,
You remember
the
that?
debate. I remember.
You
I
remember
watched.
that? You
yeah.
watched it?
I know Courtney.
Dude was tripping.
Yeah.
So, my suck of the week is anybody who's eligible to vote and chose not to vote. You are the you really gonna be the sucker for the remainder of the year. Okay. Yeah.
My sucker of the week, and you know, I try not to go in on children. I try.
Oh my God.
I try my best not to do it because I'm cognizant of how older people treat younger folks. I'm gonna have to break away from that today because if y'all saw that video of the teacher, the band teacher who had to fight the student who was all up in his face, calling him N-word this, N-word that, who you threw a basketball at him and all of that. He is my sucker of the week. That student,
The kid.
yes,
Oh,
because
okay.
you got beat down as you should have.
Right. That was
and
an
your mom
awesome
and dad
video.
should have done it first before the teacher had to do it because that teacher showed restraint when the whole
Right.
video got put
Y'all
out.
seen this?
the 4-minute video.
Yes.
Yes, I saw the
That
entire.
It was a
teacher
lot
was
of restraint. That's why
trying.
students were on the side of the teacher.
That's what. No, that's how much money has he raised as of
Well, that's
now?
my sucker free moment. We'll talk
Oh, I'm
about
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry.
'cause
Okay.
That's what you do.
It was over 50,000. But for those, listen, another YouTube moment. I do not condone violence, but I do watch it on social media.
Oh my goodness.
And here's what happened: a black school teacher was in the classroom. a white student was like,
No. He was not white.
Hey man, bro,
He was Latino.
He wasn't black, bro.
He was Latino.
So this student,
Okay, I heard white.
No, I heard white too.
He was Latino.
Okay, whatever. He went up to the teacher and called him the N-word. He was like,
no, N-word times 50.
He was like, what you want to do, F-N-word?
I put that on my mama. You won't.
You won't none of this. Walk back. I mean, he was just going in.
And then threw a basketball at him.
Then, see, that was the assault part.
Right.
So as far as I'm concerned, the school teacher had to defend himself against this 14-year-old. Now, I pray to sweet Jesus that never happens to me, okay? Because it won't take you but one time coming in my face calling me the N-word for us to be doing something. Now, this teacher did go overboard.
I need you to allow more than one time.
No. The teacher went overboard.
Teacher.
Listen, the teacher went overboard because once the student was on the ground, the teacher got creative.
Yes. Oh,
and the teacher started pouring elbows and knee kicks. I'm like, man, this guy is a creative genius.
Did he have something in his hand like a staple or a cell phone?
He had something.
He had something in his hand.
Dude was fighting him like it was a Mortal Kombat.
I think he knew at that point that he was in trouble.
I'm already lost my job.
I'm going to Costa Rica for the president of Costa Rica about nonviolence and peace.
No. It was real. Let me tell you
This is
something.
sucker free.
Let me tell you something.
You
Mary
can distinguish yourself
Mary Pat,
from
you need
us.
to understand this. Mary Pat, this is just life. That butt whooping.
just life.
Here's the truth. That butt whooping is going to save that 14-year-old's life in the future, because now, do you think he's going to step up to anybody else calling them the N-word? No.
And my thing is, the teacher,
he went overboard.
Tried. No, I think once he got into it and he said,
he realized
I'm fired.
He was going
like
to
when
jail.
he was saying to himself, you know what, I'm fired. Let's just go for broke.
But
so he was like,
in a real
just
situation,
go for it.
What would you do, Mary Pat, in a situation like that?
You don't know.
You know, student coming up to you. Now, remember, they've called you the N-word. They're in your face, and now they just hit you with a basketball. Go.
I've never been hit, but I've been called like the N-word and verbally assaulted.
Right.
But at that point, I was still around like security and, with Al Sharpton.
There was no security here. There was just.
And I think there was a history possibly of this student being the
I want to understand
disrupting
what Mary
the class.
Pat
I've never been in that situation.
And her nonviolent tactics.
I've never been in that situation. I've never. I mean, I've had
But
girls
if
try
he
to like
hit you with the
fight me, but like
basketball.
I've had girls do that just because they wanted to provoke me because they're like,
Right.
oh, Mary Pat says she's this, or
Right.
Mary Pat thinks like, oh, she's not violent.
You just
Let's
walked
see.
away.
Let's find out.
You're nonviolent?
Especially at school.
You're
Especially
nonviolent?
at like Spelman. Girls try it.
At Spelman?
Most definitely.
They try you like.
Spelman
I remember
college?
being
Freshman,
in my
though.
bed as a freshman and a girl like barging into my dorm room, like going off of me, and I
And
called
trying
my
to fight
mom.
you?
About what?
I remember calling my mom, like, Mom, can you believe, like, she just really came in my room, like, trying to fight. And I was like,
That's
I
deep.
refused.
That's uncalled for. Did
That's
she hit you?
Mary Pat.
Did
You
she
so
hit
that's
you?
didn't hit
why,
me.
She
that's
never
why
hit
people
you.
like Mary Pat are in her position,
Right.
and I'm not.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling
seriously,
you. I ruined my career a long time ago.
In
I'm
all
telling you.
seriousness, I think the school teacher should have apprehended the 14-year-old.
What do you mean by apprehended?
Like, I would have tried to grab dude, and I would have had him in a headlock or something until some authorities could get there. But when he started putting them elbows and those knees, man, that did it. Dude got to go to jail. Listen, bro, you got to go to jail. You got to take this ride at this point.
Are you serious?
When a school teacher starts elbowing and kneeing a student that's
But
on the
no,
ground, you got to go
then
and
all
take
of a
that
sudden
ride.
he jumps off and says, "Who hit me? Who hit?"
Because somebody, that's what I was gonna say. That was gonna be my second sucker. Is the student that came in and did the sneak shot, and he was ready though. He was like, "Who is it? Because I'm going to jail anyway. Everybody can."
Was
get
he
it."
arrested?
The
Yes.
school teacher was arrested. The student
Yes.
had to go to the hospital, but he is going to wear that lesson for the rest of his life. Here's the problem, though, because the next time that student gets into an argument with somebody at school, somebody going to say, man, I'm going to do you like Mr. Jason did. Like, that's going to be with him forever in school now. He got beat up by Mr. Jason.
Let's do the sucker-free moment.
My sucker-free moment of the week,
Yep.
Rashad, is to all the young people that I've seen get involved in politics in the city of Atlanta. I am so proud. I may not agree with how you roll on your politics, but to see all the young people walking the streets, participating, and canvassing the community and getting involved in politics, this is going to make a mark that will never be erased. Those are my sucker. That's my sucker
What's
free
your
moment.
sucker free?
I said my sucker free. It would have to be Councilman Dickens
Okay.
and Councilwoman Archibong and the white council people that voted no. because they care more about black people on the West Side
I love
than
her.
our black elected officials.
I love her.
What's your sucker free?
My sucker free moment is the people that donated to the GoFund for the teacher who got into the fight. The GoFundMe page, it exceeded its amount of $50,000. I think they're going towards 60 now, and I love them. I'm happy that they are. You know, I'm not that person who thinks teachers are always right. I went to Northside High School here. Miss Rudolph, Mr. Rudolph, all y'all ain't shit. Y'all damn know it, and y'all have made me dislike a whole bunch of teachers for a long amount of time. Y'all need to be told.
That's why we'll never go big
evil.
time.
In
Wait
fact,
a
y'all
minute,
the reason.
Nicole,
And
Nicole,
TV's Wayne said that he
Nicole,
was
you realize the teachers you're talking about are probably dead.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Jasmine Guy's mama.
Oh.
Let me tell you, and
Oh,
another
God.
thing, let me say this.
They're like 80
You're
years
the
old.
reasons that Tavius Wayne, he tells
All
the
right.
story all the time, is
Okay.
why he went to be a lawyer. It's because of how they bullied him as teachers in school and told him at Northside he wasn't going to be nothing. But to the people that supported this teacher who should have been supported, my mom was a counselor and a teacher, so I know what teachers go through. I appreciate you and thank you for giving your money to this teacher. I hope he comes out clean and not guilty.
All right. Well, he's damn sure guilty. And however, even
He
though
will
he's
never
guil-
be in a classroom
Can I say he
That's
will-
okay.
He would never be a music teacher ever again. He's guilty. He needs to go ahead and take the charge, get that 1 year probation, pay the fine. That's what it is. But he is also my sucker free moment because that was a sucker free moment. He was not going to be a sucker that day. That's it. that's it.
Are we going to
Mary
commercial?
Pat, how can they get in touch with you? Oh, you got to still come back though, right?
We're going to
gotta come
commercial
back.
break.
So hold up. We'll be back. We've got 2 minutes more, and then we'll end the show.
Did you know 30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure? Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood and promote better circulation. So don't delay. Do it today. Get your bottle of Gap Pills. Normally sells for $49.95, but if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
This week on The Kitchen.
Yeah. Kitchen. Yeah. Hold up. Tune in. All right.
You got Translate.
I just wanna answer what y'all asking.
You got Great. DJ DiBiase.
All right. Yeah. Hold up.
Chef Chrissy.
Yeah. Hold up. Tune in.
Porcelain Gold.
Wood. Lit. I see.
For the Grammy, yeah, I thought you know. The kitchen got the fix nigga, enjoy the show. Alright. Well, that's the show, man. I thank y'all for coming. Then it was served. Next time I hope you get money.
God blessing me often. I'm still up in an apartment. I know they keeping my deposit. I got burn holes in the carpet.
All I know is old. All I know is bold. All I know is stoves. Flipping this out the dough.
Publican Mitchell sitting in for Rashad Richey, the Rashad Richey show. Rashad had to get up out of here because he's on his way to
He's on the news on
He's on the
46.
news on CBS at 46.
Yes.
I'm calling you the code. Mary Pat, how can everybody get in touch with you?
Yeah, they can always follow me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook at Mary Pat Hector. I can't give out my number anymore because now people call me.
No. Just
all
your
kinds
social
of
media
crazy
handles.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
your
fine.
social media. Yeah. Okay,
You
and
shouldn't have
me.
been giving out the number.
You
no
shouldn't
way,
have
but I
never been
know.
giving out
You
your
and
number.
Rashad always want to be so touchable. So people can get in touch with us.
You can, and then I'm gonna tell you
Whatever.
something. You can get in touch with me at just mitchellshelby.com. Again, that's mitchellshelby.com. Nicole, how can we get up with you and
So I'm
Sucker
on
Free?
Facebook as Nicole English. You can also check out the page Atlanta Sister on Facebook and YouTube. Those videos are old, but that's okay. We coming back. What else? The Sucker. You can reach us Sucker Free. Sucker Free with Rashad Richey is on Facebook. You can go on